Assalamu alaikum everyone, Samir did a reaction back with other reaction this time from Victoria and her channel is named Victoria on the Go. I subscribed to her channel and I come back with they told me Cambodia was dangerous and poor and she say hear the truth. Like everyone thinking like Cambodia, it is a dangerous place or something like that, and poor or something. I be searching because I was not know about Cambodia before. When I am searching, beautiful country, and I can't believe they thinking about that. So bad and sad thinking about Cambodia like this. Yeah. So, and my name is Samir from Algeria, and I have depression and anxiety attack from long time. I been deal with that, and the comment in below when you finish the video, decide if you want to hold the channel or not. That's up to you. And thank you so much for being here and watching me. Thank you so much for subscribing to and everything. You are amazing. And let's start with 3, 2, 1. It's coming right now and let's start. Let's go.
Cambodia is dangerous. There is no food, there is no transportation, there is no internet, everyone is poor. Did I forget something? Did you hear the same thing about Cambodia? Because I did, and it kinda stopped us from visiting the country a few years ago. So I want to make this video to share the truth about Cambodia, to tell you more about what maybe other people don't show much, and just to share the truth that tourists or people who travel to this country need to know, because a lot of information you see around the internet is not true and it's not fair. And obviously I didn't live in Cambodia for a few years to tell you the whole picture, but we spent in Cambodia 2 months, and actually it's enough to share more information about the country from the perspectives of the tourists. So let's talk about 5 main stereotypes about Cambodia. Let's go. Okay, the first stereotype is dangerous and it's not safe. That's the first thing you can find when you search information about Cambodia, and honestly, I'm not sure where this stereotype comes from. Well, maybe it's coming from the history of the country, because as you guys remember, just a few years ago, 46 years ago if I'm not mistaken, Khmer Rouge regime was in Cambodia. It's a horrible regime that killed almost 2 million of Cambodians in just 3 years and 8 months. I'm sure some of you have heard of this, and of course it's worth talking about this. Maybe because of that, a lot of people are still scared to go to Cambodia somehow, but that's the only thing that happened just a few years ago. And of course, through years, Cambodia have been to a lot of different wars, as so many countries around the world. But right now, it's one of the most peaceful and beautiful countries in the world that is very safe. When we're talking about country not being safe, what we mean by that usually? We mean maybe some people give you weird looking when you walk on the street and you don't feel comfortable. Well, thefts like pickpocketing, maybe someone can steal your phone, maybe someone can steal your money out of the hotel. Usually we mean this stuff. So none of that happened in Cambodia with us. For 2 months we stayed there, and actually it was quite the opposite. We felt very safe. So of course, when it comes to big cities, the situation may be different, because I mean, like in every big city around the world, maybe there is a chance of pickpocketing or something, like in big subways like in Istanbul and Barcelona. There are so many different places around the world, but we don't speak much about it. I'm not sure why everyone is focused about Cambodia. But honestly speaking, during the 2 months we spent in there, we did not have any single time when someone tried to steal anything from us, or we felt not safe. Cambodian mentality is quite peaceful and people are very nice. So I'm not saying it cannot happen in Cambodia at all, but I mean, in the same way it can happen in any country around the world. I'll tell you one case. Actually, we spoke with the owner of Joe's Burger. This is just a burger place in Siem Reap, and the owner of this place is British. He came to Cambodia around 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and we were actually speaking about this topic with him, and he mentioned only in Cambodia a woman can walk on the street alone in the night and no one is gonna talk to her, and the guy is living there for 10 years plus. So actually it's exactly the same what we felt. We did not feel anyhow not safe in this place. and it was actually very quiet and good. And also I found the information that US Department of State ranks Cambodia as level 1 or 2, which is exercise normal precautions, which means it's a pretty safe place to go. Political situation in the country is also stable because Cambodia is a constitutional monarchy with internal stability. And if we speak about facts, Global Peace Index ranks Cambodia 78 out of 163, which is safer than Brazil and so many different countries in Europe as well. So this stereotype is fake. Second thing that a lot of people like to bring up on the table is that Cambodia is undeveloped, poor, there is no infrastructure. I don't agree with this at all, and actually that was the fact that kind of stopped us from visiting Cambodia when we made a decision to come here for the first time. The first thing that people mention all around the internet is that there was no transportation in Cambodia and bad roads, and it's just impossible to move inside the country. So this is fake. Let me tell you more about this. Cambodia has been upgrading roads for a while, national roads that are very beautiful and fast. So there is a road from Phnom Penh to Sihanoukville, which is called National Road 4.
I told you,
and
it's a beautiful country.
In there, if you would like to move around the country, there are a bunch of bus companies. There are night buses where you can sleep, same like Vietnam, and also there are mini buses like Laretta and etc. So there are a bunch of different companies that allow you to book bus or ticket, and you can travel everywhere you want in Cambodia. So there is no any issue of getting around the country. If you would like to move in the city, always use Grab, Pass App, Tada, and other apps that are amazing to use inside the country. Or if you would like, you can also rent a scooter or the car, so there is no any issue with that. And I guess a lot of people, when they mean that Cambodia is not developed road-wise, maybe they mean rural areas, because we traveled a lot by local buses, especially from the capital of Cambodia, Phnom Penh, to Siem Reap. We actually took a minibus for locals, and we were stopping in all the small cities around Cambodia. The trip took almost 8 hours. I mean, yeah, some roads in the villages, they need some improvements, but I guess like everywhere in the world, I'm not sure why we highlight that.
I am happy, you know.
Rural areas, due to very difficult climate in Cambodia, rural houses can have lack of electricity sometimes, but it's more local issues rather than tourists. I'm not sure if you're gonna stay in a local house somewhere in the village far away from the touristic attractions. Also, if we speak about bad transportation, usually people mean that there are no airports in the country. And again, it's fake, because Cambodia right now has 3 or actually even 4 airports. We do have Phnom Penh, the main airport, and there is a new Phnom Penh airport that has been built. It's Techo Airport. We have airport in Siem Reap, the main cultural city of Cambodia, and in Sihanoukville. So all the main cities in Cambodia have airports, and if you would like to travel in between, you have buses, you have cars, you have so many different things. Of course, it's fair to notice that Cambodia doesn't have railways. There are just a few functional lines. At this point, we have Phnom Penh to Phoi Phet and Phnom Penh to Sihanoukville. So still, we have some chances to travel by train if you would like, but the railway system is not extremely developed. Some people tell that there is no internet in Cambodia. Actually, that was exactly the reason that kind of stopped us from visiting this country a few years ago, because since we work remotely, it is very important to have high internet connection, and Cambodia has good internet. So 4G is available everywhere in the country. Doesn't matter if you go to a small village or you're in the big city, it works everywhere perfectly. We did not see 5G though. Still, the speed of the internet was quite fast.
Just
But
4G.
don't forget that there are different.
We have 5G
operators
in Algeria
Cambodia. We
here.
have Smart, we have Medphone, and they have different coverage. So when you travel to certain parts of Cambodia and you think maybe internet is bad in there, check if your local operator covers this particular area, because Medphone has wider coverage. I know Smart doesn't cover all Cambodia. And as a proof, I would like to mention that there was over 22 million mobile connections in a country of 17 million people, and it's statistics from 2024. That means the connection is quite good. Also, we don't have to forget that digital payments are the main form of payments in Cambodia. I'm speaking about QR codes and payment with e-wallets. So if the country has bad internet connection, you're not going to be able to pay with QR codes everywhere. And there are millions of mobile banks, and there are millions of e-wallets such as ABA Bank, Wink, True Money, and even market vendors accept QR payments. So everywhere you go, you can pay with QR code. So how the country with bad internet can afford this type of payments? There are no good hotels in Cambodia. Actually, it's the biggest fake I've ever heard, because I was extremely impressed by levels of hotel in Cambodia, and I was quite shocked because when we were checking online, I didn't see all this information. Especially all the hotels in Phnom Penh, in Siem Reap, they're quite affordable and they're so beautiful, and the service and hospitality, it's out of everything. We traveled all the time. Like I said, we spent in Cambodia around 2 months, and we were always staying in different places all the time to try, to see, to understand how it feels. And we stayed in one place, like for example, I don't know, for 3 days, for 5 days, for 2 weeks. So we tried hundreds of different hotels and different homestays and places. And I was so impressed because there is crazy design in there, tasty food, and I'll be more than happy to share that Cambodia reminded me Bali around 7 years ago. It's actually quite similar. They're using a lot of plants in their architecture, in the architecture of hotels.
I never
Unique design, Khmer design. They're using traditional ornaments and stuff like that. They're carving wood. So it's so beautiful, and I'm not sure why no one talks about it. Tourist infrastructure. So first of all, Cambodia has extremely convenient policy with visas because you can get a visa on arrival, which is available to pay with debit card or credit card on the place. You don't even have to have cash in it to pay for it. Also, there is an option of e-visa for so many countries, so you can just go ahead and apply. And moreover, there is even Cambodia e-arrival app that allows you to avoid paperwork when you arrive to the airport. You just need to download the app, and the process of getting to the country will be very fast and easy. Also, there was a huge Siem Reap revamp in 2021-2023 when the city was 100% renovated. So we have new roads, lights, highways, new eco resort, new luxury hotels, and luxury buses.
Wow.
I'll tell you more. All the guides in Siem Reap, they speak English, and not only, they speak different languages. We've seen French, Italian, Chinese, and etc. So how come the country with bad infrastructure and we say and bad accommodation for tourists can present this type of amenities? Another point that a lot of people mentioned that it's difficult to make payments in Cambodia. Like, it's not developed, it's hard to pay. I don't agree with this at all because there are three main things how you can make your payments in Cambodia. Of course, you can pay with card, you can pay with e-wallets, and you can pay with cash. So when it comes to card payments, it's true that a lot of places don't have bank terminals, but as well as Vietnam, let's say. But still, you can find bank terminals and you can pay by card in many international hotels, in big restaurants, in restaurants that offer international food. So I wouldn't say it's really an issue. For example, in Siem Reap, we were paying by card almost every day, and we did not have any issue with that. Cash is taken everywhere, like everywhere in the world, but don't forget there is a $5 fee when you withdraw cash from Cambodian ATM. And another form of payment is QR code. So it's actually one of the easiest forms of payment, but the only thing, Cambodian e-wallets do not take international bank cards. That means if, let's say, you would like to create a Cambodian e-wallet and you want to refill it, you can put only cash in there. So you have to go to Wing, which is the special store in Cambodia where you can exchange money, buy SIM card, and top up your e-wallet with cash via Wing store with 1% commission. And like that, you can use international apps such as Bakong Tourist, T-Pay, and Wing, and you can pay QR payments everywhere in the country. And now I'm gonna share just like a maybe loud statement, but this is what I see and this is my personal opinion. The impression of undeveloped and let's say maybe poor Cambodia that can't provide luxury services mostly consists of videos of backpackers or people who love to travel to Southeast Asia on a budget, and they share the videos online, such as staying in Cambodian hotel for $8 a night, or eating for $5 in Cambodia on a budget every day. And I understand it's a certain lifestyle and I respect that, but because no one shares luxurious Cambodia, you will have an impression that the Cambodia on a budget is the only thing Cambodia can propose. And I'll tell you more, this beautiful side of Cambodia is not extremely expensive as let's say in the neighboring countries, because if you pay around $50 to $60 a night, you will get crazy hotel with crazy service. You can go to extremely fancy restaurant and you can go to fancy hospital. When I saw the first time hospitals in Cambodia, I was so impressed because once again, no one shows it. Another thing that a lot of people share is that Cambodians are poor. I am very sorry, my Cambodian friends, for mentioning this, but this is what a lot of people tell, and I want to open your eyes on that. The short answer is no, it's not true. So first of all, since 1990, Cambodia is one of the fastest growing economics in Asia. And we don't have to forget that we have big cities and small cities. So when it comes to big cities, you will see luxurious malls, very expensive cars, and a lot of tech startups. And when it comes to rural areas or extremely small cities, of course, surely you will see more agriculture and agricultural jobs. And when it comes to definition of poor, my friends, you don't have to forget that what media calls poverty might be simply someone else's lifestyle. I'll give you an example outside Cambodia. We were traveling in Algerian Sahara and we've seen Tuareg tribes.
Oh, Algeria!
Are nomadic
Oh
nation of
my
Sahara.
God, no way! I see visit Algeria. I am from Algeria. Oh my God. You surprised me, and I'll be here all about Cambodia and then Algeria. Oh my god, amazing! Yeah, amazing. I'll be back here. Amazing.
Sahara, and we've seen Tuareg tribes. Tuaregs are a nomadic nation of Sahara. A lot of them, they live in houses in the middle of desert. The houses
Yeah.
are made of clay and there is no floor. There is a sand
Yeah.
instead of floor. They wear a long
This
jalaba
is
and
true.
also they cover their faces with scarves. Will you consider someone poor if his house is made of clay and there is no floor on the floor, there is just sand? But at the same time, they drive crazy cars that cost thousands of dollars, meaning they have different values and different things that are important to them and different definition of being
Yeah.
rich. So
Yeah.
if you take a Gucci bag, a definition of richness, let's say, and give someone from Tuareg tribes in Sahara, will he take it? Will he understand it? Will he use it and define it as being rich? Not really. So if you see a Cambodian who has his family house, his own rice field, grows vegetables by himself, using scooter instead of a car because it's just more convenient, because some roads in the countryside are very narrow, do you think he is poor? Do you know how much a rice field costs? So what I'm trying to tell over here, don't judge. Of course, salaries in the country are different. It can vary from $150 to $350 a month if you work in the customer service or construction, but people in urban areas and government job make from $400 up to $1,000 plus. But at the same time, the same level of salaries can be found in Eastern Europe, Latin America, North and Central Africa. Guys, Cambodia is a developing country, and just by thinking about the fact that just 46 years ago, 2 million of population was literally killed, and despite colonial and emotional damage, the country is standing up from its knees with the head proudly risen and grows so fast that just think about this, there is a huge rapid growth of urban development in Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. There is a growth in tourism. Thousands of people visit this country every day. There are thousands of online businesses and technical startups. Real estate is growing. Health and education grows. So this is something we should be so proud of and clap to Cambodia with both our hands. And another stereotype is that the food is bad in here. Or I've also heard of definition it's the same like Thailand or Vietnam or same like in Southeast Asia.
Huh?
Okay, well, it's fake. So of course Cambodia has local food, Khmer, and international cuisine. So when it comes to local food, there are plenty of different dishes that you as a foreigner can love. Don't forget to try fish amok.
true.
It's an amazing fish in coconut milk and leaves. Loklak, a beef cooked in a very tasty sauce. Khmer red curry, and don't forget to try Khmer barbecue. And if you speak about local chains, Cambodia has amazing coffee. Don't forget to try Brown Roastery chain, Koi Te for bubble tea, and of course the Kasi Cambodia, Cha Time Cambodia, Star Coffee, and Brown Coffee. These are main chains in Cambodia that are so amazing. And honestly speaking, Cambodia has one of the best international cuisines I've ever tried in Southeast Asia. I'm not kidding, it's not exaggeration, you just have to go and try. There are tons of fancy Japanese restaurants, well, partly because of the history, but the fact stays the fact. Italian cuisine, Korean cuisine, Greek.
Wow, I love
Thailand
this.
food,
Oh
there are
my!
tons of
I
Syrian
want
Lebanese
some here.
restaurants. So if you would like to immerse the culture and eat local food, you have this chance. You have plenty of
Wow.
restaurants like that. And in case you don't want to change your habits and just eat something Western, you have plenty of places. And I'll tell you more, because a lot of expats move to Cambodia and open their restaurants. The quality of the food, the quality of international food is out of everything. It's extremely tasty, even more tasty than in your country. Another thing connected to food is that Cambodian eats insects like bugs, snakes, and etc. Well,
Ah.
you can find like fried tarantulas and crickets on the street food stalls, but guys, you must understand that it's coming from shortages of food in past. Like I said, just 46 years ago the country went through the huge genocide. So of course it stayed as a part of the cuisine, but it's very rare that people buy this type of insects and they cook them at home and it's the only food they eat. Of course no one does that. And once again, you can choose what you want to eat. If you want to try a fried tarantula on the street, good for you. If you want to go to an amazing Greek restaurant and eat shawarma or something like this, it's also up to you. Stereotype number 4. It's a country for one day and the only thing you can see there is Angkor Wat. Well, it's fake. I actually made a separate video on that and I explained the whole list of places you need to see in Cambodia, and you can just click on this link and watch the whole video. But did you guys know that Cambodia has its own Maldives? I'm speaking about Koh Phrong and Koh Phrong Samlim Islands. Or actually, Cambodia has a huge city with skyscrapers and casinos. I'm speaking about the Sihanoukville. And definitely you have
No.
Phnom Penh, which is also amazing city with vibrant vibes. And definitely you have Siem Reap, the heart of Cambodia, with famous Angkor Wat. So the biggest mistake that people make when they come to Cambodia is that they come just for a few days. To me, it's mind-blowing because once again, we spent 2 months there and we didn't see nearly 5% of everything they had. And the last stereotype, Cambodians are friendly and smiling all the time. Well, it's true. Surely hospitality, education of Cambodian people, culture, it's all about Cambodia. But I would say this smile that you see is a type of character of Cambodian people, and it's called non-confrontational. They see you, they hear you, they accept your energy, they smile back. But they're not naive or weak as a lot of people tell. It's a quiet strength and emotional depth behind this smile. First of all, Cambodia is Buddhist majority country. This religion emphasizes patience and calmness. So smile is a way to maintain harmony, avoid conflicts, and to show your respect. And definitely they just simply have culture of hospitality, welcome guests. It's Khmer values. So guys, when you visit Cambodia, respect locals and understand their values and their culture. I hope this video opened eyes for someone outside there.
Yes,
and that's all
so
I actually
much.
wanted to share today, guys. What do you guys think? What's your impression about Cambodia? Have you heard other stereotypes about Cambodia, and what do you think about them? Let's discuss. And I would really appreciate your subscription and like in case you enjoyed this video. See you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Victoria. Your channel, I already subscribed to your channel and I feel amazing because you give so much, a lot of information to us about Cambodia. It is Cambodia safe and country safe and nothing wrong. Everything going on like other country, like safe country. And that's surprising me because I was like in this day past what happened between Thailand and the Cambodia, you know, the fighting and blah blah blah. I was like, what's going on? And then I be here about Cambodia. I never be here about Cambodia, and this is my first time. So this is why I am follow everyone make video about Cambodia. I am there. I want to see Cambodia in the reality, and this is what happened. So I see the Cambodia now. So because of you, Victoria. You are amazing. Keep what you are doing, and peace, love. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and see you in next video, inshallah. Don't forget, comment it below, read it, and that's up to you, not me. It is your choice. Okay? Thank you so much.